Hi everybody, it's Janet Dow with Fun Stamper's Journey, also known as Creative Fun Journey. And today we're going to make this Have a Lovely Day card. This is the last card of the series that I was doing for my coaches retreat. So this is the card that we're going to make. It's very simple, and what I want to show you is the little technique that we do with the re-inkers and fusion blenders. Okay, so I'm going to take this card and I'm just going to put it over here. I hope you can see it. I just want to put it out of the way just a little bit. Okay, so it's going to go right here. First of all, the first thing that we're going to use to make this card is we're going to use the Pineapple Smoothie cardstock. And the Pineapple Smoothie cardstock here, this is the cardstock that I used, and it's the 8.5 by 11. This cardstock here, we're going to cut it out at 8.5 by 5 1/4. Okay, the next piece that we're going to use is this one right here. This piece right here is the Lemongrass. And the lemongrass here, the piece that we cut out is 5 by 3 7/8. The next piece that we're going to use is this one here, which I had already embossed this one. But this piece right here, this one here is from the whipped cream cardstock. And that one here, that is 4 5/8 by 3 1/2. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, first of all, what we're going to do is you're going to take your pineapple lemongrass and you're going to fold it in half. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Fun Stamper's Journey crease tool to crease down the fold just like that. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this aside, and then what we're going to do is we're going to start coloring. Now what I did was I went ahead and I embossed this earlier, and the reason why I did that is to save on some time. But I heat embossed both the daisies and then the Have a Lovely Day. And what I used to emboss it with was I used the clear pigment ink that Fun Stamper's Journey has. I really like this, and we're going to be using this in future videos too. And then I also used the Fun Stamper's Journey black embossing powder on it, and that's really good embossing powder. You actually, with this, I just want to mention that you get more for your money in this one. Most of them, the bottles are shorter for the money, and this one, so you get more, and the quality is really good on this too. So I just wanted to mention that. But okay, so what we're going to need to get started on coloring is I have here just any old black. You want to use your older blacks for these coloring systems to put your re-inker and fusion on. Then the next thing that we're going to be using is this one here. This is the Journey Medium blending brush. Okay, and then we're going to also use the fusion blender for this, and then we're going to use re-inkers. Now the re-inkers, I'm going to go ahead and put this right on the black. This right here, I put kind of a lot of the fusion blender on it, and what fusion blender does is it actually takes off ink. So just remember that when you're coloring, that this takes off ink. So it does clean your blending brushes. You don't want to use soap and water to clean these. All I do is I just clean them in the fusion blender. All right, the re-inkers that I'm going to be using is going to be the lemongrass. We'll use that. So and all you have to do is just have just a very little dab on there. You're also going to use and shake it up before you put it in there. Also use the, this one's the Sweet Pear in it. You're going to also use the Tangerine Fusion. And that one, I'm going to put that over here. And I'm using for this one the banana cream. The banana cream is really good. And when you do these, please just make sure that you do shake them up, because you want everything mixed together when you do it. And then I'm going to use a little bit of the hazelnut blend with this one. Okay, there, just a very little bit of it. The stamp set that I used is the ATS, which is our artist trading stamps, and this one is the Lovely Day. You can get the stamp set by being a hostess for free, or you can pay $7.95 for it too. So either or. So it's a nice little thing, something nice to get as a hostess for free. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually take our medium blending brush. And I'm going to just put a little bit of it into the Fusion Blender, and then I'm going to put it into our banana cream. Now this here is going to be the bottom of our card, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just I guess color all over this bottom, this daisy right here, and I'm just going to color all over it. Now when you use the Fusion Blender and the reinkers, I just want to let you know that it gives it a silky feeling. You can feel when you're coloring, so it is the coolest feeling of coloring. I love to color with this. It's a big difference between using markers and coloring with your reinkers. I have tried to do this with other reinkers, and it does not work with it. Okay, I just went and got some paper towels, so I am back. But anyways, I just wanted to let you know that though it does not work, I have tried it with other ones, with other reinkers, and it didn't work. It just didn't give the same thing. And I do believe it's because of the pigment that is used in it. What I'm using, and the inks. What I'm using right now is I'm taking the Fusion Blender, and all I'm doing is I'm just cleaning off the my blending brush with it, and I'm just putting it on there. So then what we're going to do is then I'm going to take the the Sweet Pear, sorry about that, the Sweet Pear, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to be coloring the stems on these. And these reinkers, they do go a very long way for coloring. What I like about it too is, unlike markers, they don't dry out, and so you can keep coloring with them. I am taking now just a little bit of the Lemongrass and a little bit of the Fusion Blender, and I'm just going to like make a shadow in on the stems. Now this is also looks wet, so it's gonna look darker right now, but it does lighten up. So go, just shadow it. That's all I'm doing, is shadowing these stems. Okay, there we go. And then I'm just gonna mop it in here a little bit and clean up my brush so that I can start working on the other part. Okay, and you can use a paper towel too if you want, if you don't want to use your paper. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to set this aside, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take, you can take a scrap piece of the whipped cream, and you on the scrap piece of whipped cream, you're going to heat emboss your daisy again. And it can go off as you see right here. I went off a little bit on the paper because what you want to get is this part that's right here on it. So you don't need the stems, because your stems are right here on the bottom part, because this one's going to be lifted up to cause that effect to have it raised up. Okay, so what I did is I took a scrap piece, I heat embossed on it, and now what we're going to do is we're going to color it. And I'm going to, once again, I'm going to color the banana cream. And the banana cream, I'm going to just color inside of the daisies on 2 of them. Now you can actually do this to any of them. You can color all 3 of these if you would like, or if you would like, you could leave them all white. But I chose to color the one, just the one of the daisies, just like that. What I love about this, like I said, is that it's very smooth. The re-inkers do not dry out, and they go a long way. So this is one of my favorite coloring systems. Fun Stamper's Journey has 3 different coloring systems right now, but this one here, I know I will never stop coloring with the re-inkers. I really love it, doing it. We're also going to fussy cut with it. By fussy cutting, I mean with the scissors. That's what I'm going to cut with it. I'm also going to do the inside of this just a little bit, so I'm going to do the whole thing. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Tangerine Fusion re-inker, and I'm going to put a little bit on my brush. I didn't even clean my brush off. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just dab it like this onto this part right here. Now, like I said, it's going to look dark, and when it will lighten up, though. I promise you that it will lighten up after it even dries a little bit. You might even want to add more sometimes after it dries. You look at it and you think, oh, it's not that dry, or it's not that dark. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to clean this up just a little bit into my re-inker, like this, and then I'll put it down here. Now you're going to start seeing some of this color come off. Okay, and even I will keep doing it more than this later on too. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my small blending brush, and I'm going to put it into the little bit into the Fusion blender, but then a little bit into the re-inker. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go across the sides here. And because I don't want it to be real dark, but yet I don't want to be too light, I'm going to just fan it out just a little bit here. Just like that, just to give it just a little bit of a shadowing kind of look to it. I didn't want to use the larger one because it doesn't give it as much of a shadow like look to it. It's really thick, to where the small brush is a lot thinner, so it'll go out a little bit more. Okay, just bring it out just a little bit, and then clean this up a little bit. And it's going to be what you like with it. You might want to have less of that. You might want to have more. They all come out different. Every time I do it, it comes out just a little bit different. Now what I'm adding to it is I'm adding the hazelnut, and I'm not adding a lot. I'm just adding just a little bit to it. And that's just going to give it that little bit of a darker shadow in it, just a little bit into it. And coloring, it's just shadowing and stuff. I'm still learning how to shadow and how to, you know, put the colors together like that. I'm just learning to do it. So, and I think it's really fun to learn to do this. And I'm taking the hazelnut and I'm just dabbing it here and there onto all the insides of the daisies too. Okay. And then I'm just doing a little bit more here. And I'm adding just a little bit more of the other. And I just keep playing around with it and just keep adding. And like I said, see how dark this is? But then it does lighten up like this one here. It will, I'm telling you, it really, really will lighten up, okay? So I'm just gonna clean this up just a little bit. And then what we're going to do is once you get that down, you're going to, like I was saying earlier, is fussy cut. Now I started to fussy cut this a little bit out to save on some of the time while we're filming here. But all I'm going to do with fussy cut is just cut around here. You don't need the stems or anything on this because it's just the top part. It's just the daisies that I want to have it, but on this card. So we're just going to fussy cut it just like that. Okay. And then what we're going to do as soon as we get done with that is we're going to take it and we'll end up putting it on here. But before we do that, I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to let it dry just a little bit. And I'm going to take our lemongrass and our whipped cream here, this one. And I'm going to take our Easy Glide Permanent Adhesive Runner. And I'm going to just put some of this on the back here. And then after that, we're going to take our twine and we're going to wrap it around. So we're just going to put this right on here, just like that. And then I'm going to take our Journey Natural Twine. The twine is just a little bit thicker than the thread. So just to let you know that what the difference is. This one stands up just a little bit. But what I do is I make a fake bow, I call it. And to make a fake bow, what I'm going to do, because if we wrap it around then I tie it, it's always too loose for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this over. I'm going to figure out approximately where I want this. I'm going to add some tape to the back of it. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take our twine and I'm going to put it on the back on the tape. And it's okay if you have a little bit too much tape because you're going to use it anyways to put it on the card a little bit. But I just wrap this around. Now I didn't measure this because I just started there and then I just wrap it around the card. Just like that. Okay. Then I'm going to take our Detailed Pro shears and I'm going to cut it just a little bit past the card. Wrap this around here just like that and make sure it's stuck onto your tape just like that. Okay, then I'm going to take this, I'm going to move this up just a tiny bit, put this down. The tape, this tape will stick to your tape paper. If it sticks to your paper, you're going to bring off some of the paper. So I just use like the table. I put it onto the table. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I have it on the table. What I'm going to also do next is I'm going to take a little bit of this twine. It's about that much of it. I'm going to cut it off. Okay. I'm going to move this back up here so that you can see it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, hopefully it won't stick too bad to the paper, otherwise you won't see it if I don't have it up here. I'm going to thread it through like this, okay? I'm not going to tie the knot on it. I'm just going to start with the bunny ears, I call it, wrap it around, loop it through, and I'm going to tie my bow. Some people make a knot. I think it makes it too big. And another thing with making the knot is this one here, I can move it back and forth and adjust it to wherever I want it. If you tie a knot in it, it's not adjustable at all. Okay, then I'm just going to cut that off just like that. Isn't that cute? Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to put it on the back like this. I'm going to lift it up with our Journey foam squares. I'm using the medium. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one in each corner of the medium. I'm going to stick one in the middle. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring back our folded piece of pineapple smoothie. Take these off the back. I just love these Journey foam squares. I think medium is the perfect size for these card projects like this. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to put this down onto the pineapple smoothie just like that. Okay, now we're almost done. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, which I didn't have it out, but luckily I have my little packet here. I'm going to take the white liner. Nope, this one says white liner. Sorry, that got right in the middle of it. The Journey foam squares, the small ones. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to put those on the back of this small one right here, this part. Okay, now I used on this, I just use the whipped cream. You can use the for this the color splash sheets. When you use your color splash sheets, this is waterproof watercolor paper. You don't have to emboss it if you don't want to, but heat emboss it. But I like to heat emboss it sometimes, so it just brings it out more. So that's why I like to do this. So you'll see some, I'll be using both. I'll be doing it with both of them. And then we're just going to peel off the back of these small ones. Yeah, the small is just perfect for this. And then what I'm going to do is just put it on top of here just like that. Isn't that cute? And there you have it. The card's all done. And I'd like to thank you for joining me today. And I hope to see you again soon. Okay? Thanks. Bye.